Hello everybody and welcome back to another Space Engineers video. In today's video I thought it would be interesting to test the viability of corvettes within the game. As corvettes are typically used in an anti-fighter role, I wanted to see how well they would perform against a squadron of interceptors. The conditions for the battle are simple. It will be a space pitch battle, with the last side standing taking the win. The corvette I'll be using is the LKF Verona Mark II. While being slightly older and pre-Warfare 2, she is a sturdy design with a recognisable bow and shape. Armed specifically to deal with fighter craft, the Verona sports 4 Gatling turrets, a missile turret, 4 forward rocket pods, and an array of interior point defence turrets across her hull. The Verona is propelled by a hybrid ion and hydrogen thruster array, giving it good speed and efficiency. Mainly constructed out of light armour, the Verona also has heavy armour reinforcements across her bow and around the midsection. The interceptors I'll be using are the TFK Strahl Mark IVs. While being classed as interceptors, the Strahl Mark IVs are much more sturdy than their predecessors while maintaining great speed and manoeuvrability. They are armed with 4 forward Gatling guns and 2 forward rocket pods. The Strahls fly on a pure hydrogen system, giving them exceptional acceleration, also due to the large rear hydrogen thruster. With all that being said, let's put a Verona class corvette up against a squadron of 3 Strahls and see what happens. Well, that was certainly fun to watch. Anyway, as I'd hoped for, the corvette was able to take down the squadron from both a frontal assault and when surrounded. First, let's have a look at the damage sustained from both sides, then let's go over some of the main points of interest during the battles, and let's see what I had expected and what surprised me. The Strahls in both cases were destroyed, the main components lost being the cockpit and the power systems. The Verona survived the frontal attack surprisingly well, losing very few turrets and systems, but had plenty of damage to its external armour. However, in the second attack, we saw the Verona take much more damage, losing multiple turrets as well as its jump drive. This is a big blow, as it means the vessel is now unable to flee from larger warships should they follow the interceptors into battle. Before we get into the battle report, I'd like to say that it's pretty obvious neither of these vessels are designed purely for PvP. Both have exposed systems and weaknesses, which I'm completely aware of. These are lore ships, and as such, balance aesthetics with usability. It's not surprising to me that the corvette won. In my lore, corvettes are designed specifically to screen against fighters, sporting fast-firing weaponry to keep up with fighters' movements. However, I am surprised with just how long the Strahls did last against the Verona. Mainly I think due to the interior turrets, which pre-Warfare 2 were very effective against fighters, but since their damage nerf they've become much weaker. What also interested me was the effectiveness of the missile turret. It did a lot of damage to the fighters in the first run, and I believe it's one of the main reasons they weren't able to damage the Corvette too much. With all that out of the way, let's push the Verona just a little bit more and see how many fighters she can take on. I'm going to double the number of attacking strolls and see what happens. And amazingly, yet again, the Verona wins. If we take a look at the damage afterwards, we can see the Verona lost a substantial amount of armour, thrusters and weaponry. It would definitely take a while to repair the damage done by the fighters, however the ship was still able to fly under its own power and the interior was left pretty much unscathed. This backs up the reason for corvettes being on the battlefield. They're extremely good at dealing with multiple fighters and are essential in screening a fleet and have proven themselves in this role. If you want to take down a corvette, fighters are not the way to go. I would suggest using multiple gunships, a frigate or a destroyer to target enemy corvettes. I think the problem is that the fighters don't have reloadable rocket pods, so once fired a few times they need to rely on Gatling guns. I think a fighter with some cannons would be much more deadly in this case. Either way, I still really enjoyed making this video and testing the viability of corvettes for in-law purposes. The Verona definitely surprised me here and has proven the effectiveness of her design. This was a bit of a one-off video that I had an idea for, just wanted to throw together, but to be honest I'm quite surprised and happy with how it turned out. If you'd like to see similar content to this, let me know what you'd like to see. We could do some more fleet battles maybe, we can try a destroyer versus a frigate. And test the effectiveness of destroyers in their role. We can test, a frigate against a corvette. We can test gunships against corvettes, cruisers against frigates, etc. I'll try and think of something, but if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and share to support the channel. And as always, take care, everybody.